Hi everyone, welcome to Cobalt Crochet Tutorials. Today we'll be working up this lovely Alcázar cardigan. I've started up the body of the cardigan here, and this is worked in a back panel and two front panels. So we're just using a really thin yarn with double crochets to achieve a really light drape. So here I'm working up just the double crochets in the back panel. And this cardigan is really fun to make because while it does use simple double crochet stitches, at some point we'll be making these shells along the back shoulder panel, and this is what I'm doing right now. Shells are comprised of 5 double crochets in the same stitch. And here I ran into some yarn troubles, which did happen with some of the yarn I was using. Here's some of the shells all in a row, and I did work up some in a worsted weight yarn, so you can see bigger and better what the shell stitch pattern looks like. Very delicate and light and airy. Okay, back to these shells. I'm almost done with the row of them. And they're super fun to make and work up very quickly. One row of shells done, and you can see that nice little edging they give to that, but we'll keep working up more shells. And these go all across the back of the shoulder. And I'm stopping for the day right here, but we'll continue on. Here I am later coming back to work on that back panel more. So my back panel is all done. You can see that lace section, and then I've actually started even the front panel. So here's the first front panel. Again, we work lace near the shoulder area. And I love how this shell look can create such a beautiful lace, even though it's so simple. Further along, now I'm to the double crochet section of the first front panel. One of my favorite parts about this cardigan is the lightweight yarn it uses, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I have trouble finding patterns that are free for a really thin yarn, and so this pattern is really exciting to me for that. Here's a little progress update. All done with the first front panel, but there we go, we need a second. And now it's time for some seaming. So I'm going to seam up this whole side of the cardigan facing me right now, and I'm going to put some stitch markers to ensure that my seam is evenly lined up, so all the rows are evenly lined up. So I do recommend using stitch markers before you start seaming, because we want all those lines of rows to be lined up exactly on each side of the seam. I'm just going to be using a whip stitch to seam this up, but you can use any seam you know. I don't recommend doing a slip stitch seam on here because I don't like the big bump it makes. Now, it's important to know that you should seam this on the wrong side facing you, so that when you turn it right side out, the nice side is facing outwards. So here you can see there's a nice side right there, and then in the other side it kind of comes up in a bump. Again, another little progress update. I have my nice nasturtium plants here, which I absolutely love. I'm all done with seaming on one side, and a lot of ends are adding up because this yarn was finicky. I got it from a thrift store, so it got tangled pretty easily, and I was working with 2 strands. So that's not recommended. Okay, added a sleeve there, and now we're working on the next sleeve. The fun thing about these sleeves here that I designed for this pattern is you can really stop anywhere along the pattern for the sleeve, because it will look beautiful no matter what length you have it worked up as, because it's tapered, and so at any point you stop, it will still fit your arm right. These sleeves are designed for 3/4 sleeves though, if you follow the full pattern. So I'm ending my work right there at the end of the sleeve pattern and tying off my work. Another little progress update. Now we have both sleeves done. Got rid of all those ends. And here we are with our lovely cardigan just about done. And now I just want to show you how fun and easy it is to cuff that little sleeve. I have instructions in the free pattern for the sleeve and the button cuff, and so that's really fun, so you should try that. I recommend that. Here's the finished cardigan. Beautiful drape and a perfect length. I can imagine wearing this cardigan with a tank top or a tank top dress. It's just the perfect spring cardigan. It feels so nice against your skin and it's not overly warm, which makes it great for spring or a transitional piece. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you make the Alcázar cardigan, and if you do, please share your photos on Instagram so I can check out your handmade work.